And whose team is this? Is this your team, or is this your daddy's team?
Thanks for listening to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. Here's your host, Andy Carlson.
Welcome back to the Dad Mode Podcast, common sense parenting in a politically correct world. I'm your host, Andy Carlson, at Andy Carlson Show on the Twitter machine. I'm a father. I have no idea what I'm doing, but you and either they're chiefy, so let's try and learn something together today. The website is dadmodepod.com. You want to tweet at us, tweet at dadmode, or just use the hashtag Dad Mode. And today, doing up a little Christmas/holiday mailbag because I couldn't get Nick on the horn this week. It's very hectic with Thanksgiving and all. Oh, hope you guys had a very happy Thanksgiving out there as well, because there's really nothing wrong with a little turkey, a little pumpkin pie, and a little family. Yeah, just a little family. And I know it's a stereotypical trope of like, oh, here come the in-laws coming over for Thanksgiving. Oh, I can't wait till they leave. Oh, lordy. But it's kind of dumb. Like, I enjoy my in-laws greatly. I like them better than my real family, to be honest. But that's really neither here nor there. But we're doing up a mailbag, and also, if you're watching this live, doing it live on Periscope as well. I'm going to start doing that. Periscope a little bit. What's up, Periscope? If you want to tweet during the show, got some questions about today's in general. We got a handful of them in the mailbag, but we'll answer them as well. Also, you guys have been so gracious shopping through our Amazon link, dadmodepod.com/Amazon. And it's the easiest way to support the show because it's something you already do. Because here's what you should do. Here's what Andy recommends. dadmodepod.com. Bookmark it on your little bookmark bar, and every time you want, get the itch to shop on Amazon Cyber Monday, get all those deals, man. Hit that bookmark, and we'll get a little taste. We'll get a couple nickels in our pocket, and we'll keep on keeping on. All right, let's get into some of these mailbag questions. First up is from Chris S. Are you pro or con Christmas lights? It's so here's my thing. I'm pro Christmas lights when I don't have to put them up, and that's pretty straightforward. I know that just being up on that ladder and having it be during December and November and stuff, I don't really care for it too much. And frankly, I feel like Christmas lights, it's very easy to be tacky. Like I used to think that the icicle lights, the white ones that you just string along the gutters, is like, man, that's pretty classy. That's pretty classy. No, they look a little tacky. Plus, going crazy with the Wacky Wild inflatable tube men and just all the crazy lights, the motion lights. Oh, and let's do a viral video so we can get on Facebook. It's just like, oh, dun 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 dun. No, not really my thing. And if people want to do it, that's fine. And I'm sure I'll bring the kids along, and we'll look at your lights, and we'll be like, man, that's pretty awesome. Yeah. But the inflated electrical bill on top of the already inflated gas bill for this time of year, like I'm really not looking forward to the November gas bill because heating is going to be a biatch. So I'm not into wasting all of that. And I know... Margaret gets older, and we got some other kids coming along that they'll probably be like, Daddy, let's put up some Christmas lights. And then I'll do it because I'm not sure. Because also, the thing I hate the most about Halloween is carving a pumpkin. Because you may not know this about me, but carving a jack-o'-lantern is right up there with waterboarding. Just straight up torture. Like when they peel off pieces of your skin and then fry them up and then make you eat them. Is that a common thing? It's right up there with that. Like, that's how little I want to carve a jack-o'-lantern. And Christmas lights are up there as well. And I think what the wife, she likes Christmas lights, but I think we've done a nice little compromise. Our house is set up so that if you just put a candle, like one of those LED candles in each window, it looks nice. It is classy, and I think we're going to do that. So hopefully, Hopefully that will be enough for Muggsy and the kids going forward. Good question. It's from Maggie. It seems like you hate Black Friday shopping so much. Why is that? I just think it's very ugly American. I just think it is, the sort of cliche thing is like, well, after the day of giving thanks for everything we have, we go out and fight with strangers for cheap electronics. Yeah, that's basically it. And also the Black Friday deals that they tout out there is like, $399 for a 55-inch TV. You can find those online. Comparable brands too. And besides, most of the brands that they have out there, especially for electronics, you're not getting the Sony, you're not getting the Panasonic, you're getting the Daewoo, you're getting the White Westinghouse. You're not getting Cadillacs out there, you're getting Fiat, or not even Fiats, you're getting Kias out there on the big sales. And I just don't really get it. Like, I'll pay an extra $40 for the same TV or a comparable TV, just so I don't have to go there and throw bows. And people get like insane out there. See it every year. The videos of people fighting over a pallet of blah 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 at Walmart whenever it gets revealed, and it's just I don't care for the scene. Like I know that people like to do it and really kickstart or even finish up their Christmas shopping, and that's fine. That's awesome. I like when like families, like the mom, the grandma, and the daughter get together, and they go out Saturday morning. They don't camp out. They don't wait in those stupid lines at Best Buy. By the way, who still goes to a Best Buy? I guess Best Buy is not going to be a sponsor of the show. But after Thanksgiving, everyone's in a turkey coma, and people are watching the game. If they want to go out and they got some good deals, that's fine. I have no issue with that. But on Friday, going out at 8 in the morning, it's as opposed to 4. I don't see any issue with that. It's just not really my thing, and it is a bad look, like when people get carried away. And I understand it's a very small percentage, but man, it's like how many times, like how many Walmarts just turn into Thunderdome? It's kind of gross. Next up is from Mike Davies. Is how much Jesus are you going to teach about Christmas, or is it all Santa and whatnot? That's a good one. It's all right. So the wife and I, we're Christian. I won't call us hardcore. We go to church maybe once a month, and we did have Muggsy baptized fairly recently, and we want to instill a baseline level of religion in our kids, and that we're not going to beat them over the head with the Bible, but I feel like religion, most of the major religions teach a good morality, a good conscience, a good. If everyone grew up with religion, not had it beaten into them, like they always had to wear their Sunday finest to church, and then you had to go to the after church, then after the church is the after church, that sort of thing. But just a good believing of do unto others, eye for an eye, well, maybe not eye for an eye, but a good baseline of you treat each other well. And I think that would go a long way in society. And now I don't want this to be the Andy wants everyone to be religious, but there are some advantages of it. But also, when you get too hardcore, and then you have all the factions of Christianity and Judaism and Islam just fighting it out, and then that's a whole nother rabbit hole. Like, you want your kid to be Christian? Well, the Westboro Baptist Church are Christian, so obviously you're a bunch of baby killers protesting and calling all the soldiers. Nah, not gonna be like that. But definitely gonna work the true story of Christmas and how Jesus was born in the manger and the 3 wise men and the shepherds wake at the site. And by the way, no room in the inn. That is that was a nice ass manger, by the way, from all the nativity scenes. Like when I think of a barn, that had animals in it, you think there'd be bales of hay everywhere. You think there'd be horse shit all over the place, but no, that was a pretty clean looking barn. And that manger, it didn't have feed left over in it. It didn't have any GMO corn in it, which is what they're probably feeding them nowadays. But That's a pretty good manger. Yeah. But yeah, definitely going to work that in. This is the fuddy-duddy me again, but the bastardization of Christmas, making it all about materialism and Santa. I want to avoid that. Muggsy's obviously gonna get spoiled by grandparents and family members. Can't avoid that. But gifts from us, it's like we're not gonna flood our kids with gifts. We'll get them. Gosh, what is it? The wife had a good axiom. It was like something to read, or something you want, something you need, something to read, something else than something to read. Yeah, that's a good little axiom, because you don't have to go nuts. I mean, if the kid wants a PlayStation, get him the PlayStation, but you don't need to give him the dirt bike. You don't need to do all that all at once, because I feel like the kids just get too numb. You've seen it, whether it be you yourself or a family member, where a kid just gets too many presents, and then they're just completely overwhelmed and a little freaked out, and then half the presents don't even get played with or just get quickly shoved into the toy box. And what's the point? What is the point, really? Yeah, I forgot what the question was. How much Jesus are you going to teach about Christmas? Some. There you go. Eli asks, any Thanksgiving traditions you plan on handing down? All right, so I've now made it my life's work that us northern fast-talking Yankees are going to incorporate macaroni and cheese into our Thanksgiving feast, because it's a huge Southern staple, and they get it right. And I feel like pushing collard greens is a little too much, but I freaking love collard greens. Oh, my God. Slow-cooked collard greens. Oh, man. You're going to make me weep. But yeah, I'm going to try to get the mac and cheese in there. And also, since I grew up with a Norwegian background, I love pickled herring. I love lefse. You put lefse with some real soft butter and some brown sugar, roll that thing up. Oh, man. And also pickled beets. Yeah. Pickled beets are very, very, very underrated. They really are. I love them as well. Yeah, so those are Thanksgiving. Tanya asks, Elf on the Shelf, ? All right, so this is basically like the Christmas lights thing, where I'm not a fan. I understand the game, and the wife wants to do Elf on the Shelf for Margaret next year, when she'll be a little bit more aware of what's going on. But, man, just moving that elf every single night and being like, oh, he's watching you. And I understand, like, the blowhardy articles of, like, oh, the Elf on the Shelf, that makes kids okay with being under surveillance, and it's kind of stupid. I'm more, I'll go along with it because it's what the kid wants to do, and it's a fun tradition. It's a rite of passage, so I kind of put it in the carving jack-o'-lantern department, and also the Christmas lights thing. Like, kids will want to do it. All right, fine, let's do it. But meh. Next up is from John. When do you tell their kid that there is no Santa? Yeah, this is where you insert the really stupid, oh, there is no Santa? That stupid trope. And it's kind of tough. It's like almost you want it to happen naturally. But also you don't want them to be the high school junior who's out there still talking about, oh, Lord. Oh, you going to the junior prom? You going to the big game? Oh, no, I can't because I'm waiting for Santa. I'm putting out cookies for Santa. Yeah, because that kid's going to get laid in high school. Yeah, probably not. But it's hard to set a hard and fast date, because it depends on the maturity of the kid. Like there's probably some kids out there that are self-aware and they know what's going on and they figured out there was no Santa when they were 5, right? But then there's some others who really like the illusion, really like the notion of a fat man sneaks down their chimney even though they live in a condo and then gives them gifts and then leaves and does that for billions of children around the planet. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, yay. And there's some kids where it'll just completely rock their world. Like if they're 12 years old and they're just like, man, this kid's going to be crushed. You can tell which ones it's going to be. And it really depends on the kid. Like they'll the kid will let you know when they're ready to know, or the kids at school will do it for them. One of the two. Got a couple more here. This is from Sean Moore. What's the worst part about Christmas being a dad, and also the best part? ? Worst part about Christmas. There's really a lot of downsides. Like I love Christmas. I adore it, and this is the second year being a dad. Last year, Muggsy was just very little. She's a very peanut, and so this year she's gonna be a little bit more mobile, and she's gonna understand a little bit more about the gifts and opening up things, and she'll have a great time with that. And I guess the worst part would be the stupid GD Christmas lights, the elf on the shelf. Other than that, everything is kind of gravy. And over the over materialism, yeah, that's fine too. But I'm really excited just to, when Muggs is a little bit older, and then since from like October on, she's like really Jones, like, oh, Daddy, there's this brand new toy that I really want. It's the robot dog brand new from Japan. It like hatches from an egg. Yeah. Because that'll probably be a thing by then. And then she'll like, October, oh, I got to be really good. I can make it till December, Daddy. I can do that. And then you get it. You forget about it until December 20th, and then they're all sold out. So you have to drive to Wisconsin, and then you have to shiv like a homeless person who had somehow absconded with the last one. So now you're a murderer, and now you're traveling across state lines with stolen merchandise, but it doesn't matter. Because it's Christmas. And just seeing the look in her face when she opens that dog egg toy on Christmas morning, and it's just like, this is awesome. And then the cops show up, and then they figured out that I murdered the hobo over in Wisconsin, and now I'm being taken back to Manitowoc County to stand for trial, and we know that that's going to go well. Yeah, that is the magic of Christmas. That's going to be the best part. Oh, by the way, the opening gifts on Christmas Day or Christmas Eve. Growing up, my family was really big about Christmas Eve and then just save a couple for Christmas morning. I've sort of shifted, and the wife's family was all Christmas Day, but I like the idea of getting something on Christmas Eve, whether it be pajamas or slippers or something, something useful, for that time period, and then Christmas Day, just go ham. Just go hard as a mother trucker on Christmas morning. I think that's the way to go. Let's see. No. Two more. Ben asks, how elaborate are you going to get into giving Christmas presents? How elaborate am I going? It was really cool. When I was, I want to say 3 or 4, I remember because I was wearing like a cute vest and a bow tie thing when we went to church, because we always went to church on Christmas Eve, and I really want a fire truck, right? So I must have been like 3 or something like that, and we were upstairs at my grandparents' house around the Christmas tree, and then all of a sudden we heard a thud on the roof, and then some rustling downstairs, and mind you, everyone was on the first floor. Everyone was around the Christmas tree. It was my parents, my grandparents, my cousins, and my uncle and aunt, right? But all of a sudden there was a thud and some rustling, and then we all ran downstairs, and downstairs there was right at the fireplace, there was the fire truck. Oh my gosh, that was awesome. How'd the fire truck get down there? Was it Santa? ? And now here's my thing. My grandpa was a very brilliant electrician. He was a contractor, just a great critical thinking mind, great problem solver, right? And I'm to this day, I'm still a little confounded. But all right, so everyone was present and accounted for. I don't think he paid a hobo to stomp on the roof and then clatter some pans downstairs and then hide, because we would have smelled them, right? And I still don't know how he did it. I still do not know how he did it. Whether it's he rigged something to fall on the roof and then also clatter down in the basement, which is very possible. I mean, he could have rigged something up that way, but I'm still, it's just amazing. And I want to do stuff like that. I want to do creative things like that. I'm not going to dress up as Santa because they'll know that Santa's not Asian. They'll just look at my eyes behind that fake beard and be like, oh, if you're watching on the Periscope, yeah, hello, kids, I'm Santa. No, you're Asian, mother. Santa ain't Asian. I'm Asian, and I understand that Santa ain't Asian. That's okay. But yeah, setting up fun little stories like that, and still 27 years later, that still sticks with me. I mean, that's just the magic of the season. Last one is from Danny. Favorite Christmas holiday foods and treats. Ooh. All right, so Thanksgiving is all about the turkey, and Christmas, Christmas kind of anything goes. I like a ham. I also like you can do turkey on Christmas too, or duck. I really like some duck. I know it's not really popular, but that's pretty awesome as well. And yeah, it's fun. Like people do prime rib, people do beef Wellington, people do pretty off the wall stuff for Christmas. And let's see, favorite Christmas foods. Well, I mean everything's good, but treats wise. Everyone talks about the Christmas cookies. I really like the Spritz cookies, the ones that you do with a little mints in there. And also fun thing about Christmas is everyone makes treats and candies that you can just buy in the store for like $1.99. But they take a day and like $10 worth of material to make the same $1.99 box. But it's the effort. And you can tell it just tastes way better. I like the two Ritz crackers with the peanut butter and then dipped in chocolate. Those are good. The peanut clusters, where it's just you basically take a handful of peanuts and you dip them in chocolate, and that's your treat. Yeah, that's good as well. Or the I like the homemade mints. Like the homemade Andy style mints. Those are fantastic. I can't wait for Christmas. Yeah. Man, if you want to support the show, thanks for the mailbag. Thanks for all the questions. And we'll do these periodically, usually when Nick's not in the house, because it's really easy for me, because we'll just get like 10, 11 questions and then just kind of rail off and go off for 20, 30 minutes. It's pretty good. It's pretty easy, light lifting for me. But if you want to support the show, dadmo.com/Amazon, like we said, bookmark the link, and also tell a friend, spread the word in your mom and dad groups, or when you get together with friends and family, tell them about the Dad Mode podcast. It's some alternate takes on parenting, just being a dad in general, and as a first-time dad, just trying to figure things out, just trying to win. That's what we're doing. And also, shows available on iTunes, Stitcher, and iHeartRadio. Follow the Twitter at DadModePod, me and Andy Carlson Show, and the website, as always, dadmodepod.com. But until next time, be a man, be a father, and go Dad Mode. Love you a long time.
Think the episode you just heard is worth $1? Well, send it our way. Visit dadmodepod.com/support to find out how. Be a man, be a father. Go Dad Mode. The music is created and produced by Deeb. To hear more of his tracks, visit soundcloud.com/Deeb.
Hey everyone, it's me, Nickason, aka Uncle Nick, co-host of the Dad Mode podcast. Before we begin the show, I thought I'd let you guys know about a side project I'm working on called the Nickason podcast. That's right, I am hosting my own podcast where I talk about the latest news in the entertainment world. From movies, television, music, anything pop culture, I talk about it on my show. So please check me out, the Nickason podcast. We air new episodes every Wednesday. Now, on with the show.